Once again, this is your diesel doctor saying good evening everyone. Today I will discuss some items regarding tires. I will discuss to you the how to maintain your tire or tire maintenance. Also, some important things on tire information, and at the same time safety and precautions, and also the inflation procedure and how you will inflate or charge air to your tire. I will explain also. And of course, inspection of tire and what are the different types of tire. But before we go on my tire presentation, I want to grab this opportunity to greet all my subscribers in New Zealand, in Dubai, Nick and Jojo, in Saudi Arabia, in Australia, Ari Santos of Land Rover Australia, shout out po sa iyo. At ganun din po kay Karomi Labios ng KSA na patuloy pong nanonood sa ating channel o sa ating mga video. Paring Ben Duldulaw ng Dapat Nueva Ecija, shout out po sa inyo. At para po dun sa mga target boys, si John, si Jeremy, si Caroli, at ito po si Ka Johnny. Shout out po sa inyo. Sana po ay ipagpatuloy nyo ang panonood at sa aking mga video, at kung hindi pa po kayo nakasubscribe ay mag-subscribe po sana kayo. And hello po to Paring Ding Quinto of Talavera, Nueva Ecija. I know na parati kang nanonood ng aking mga video. Salamat sa iyo pare, and mabuhay. Shout out po para kay Riven Magbuhos. Ipagpatuloy mo lang ang panonood ng mga video natin. Suportahan mo ang ating channel at marami kang matututuhan. So, ganun din po. Shout out po para sa mga tiga Pasita, kay Ipen, kay Rotrot, at ganun din po kay Mr. Corpus. Shout out po sa inyong lahat dyan. Kay Algie, at sa mga bata po dyan. Shout out po sa inyong lahat. This time we will proceed with the tire information and what we can see on the sidewall of our tire. The number one we can see there is the size of the tire. The size of the tire consists of section height, the section width, aspect ratio, and the size of the rim. And in some other tires, even the speed index is included. What else we can find on the sidewall of our tire? The manufacturing date is also stamped there in terms of number of weeks and year. So if you find some stamping there, that means that is number of weeks, and I will show you in the actual tire. What else you can see is this tire wear indicator. The tire wear indicator is very important for us because this is the time we need to change our tires. So I will discuss all of those, and what else we can find there is the capacity of the tire, or how much air pressure can withstand this tire, and at the same time the tire speed index. Okay, let us see po in the tire what are those what I discussed. I will show you in this tire some items, but some items like the tire wear indicator is cannot find in here. So there is marking here means outside. What this means with outside? We cannot remove this tire and fix on the inside. What this means is the direction in fixing. What will happen if we continue fixing this on the opposite way? Then there are so many problems that will happen, like draining effect. What is draining effect? The draining effect is about when we are driving on wet roads. Instead of the water splashes out, it will splashes in, and our tire will roll over the water, and this will cause a serious damage or a serious accident like hydroplaning. And hydroplaning is happen in two ways. One is hydroplaning when our tire is very thin, and also at the same time when we fix it opposite and we do not follow the correct fixing procedure. Okay, what else we can find here is the size 265 and 65 R17. Numberings are very limited. The 265 is in terms of millimeter. That is the section width of the tire. 65 is aspect ratio, 65%. And the R means radial, and 17 is the rim diameter. Okay, so what else we can find on the tire? We will find on the tire is the date of manufacturing. In this case, the date of manufacturing is I cleaned that already. That is 1816. 1816. This means 18 weeks. 18 weeks means in 1 month is 4 weeks. So 18, 3 March is 12, like April 2016. This means the 16 is the year. 16 means this is around almost 4 years now. This tires starting from manufacturing only. Okay, what else we can find in here is of course the brand. This is a Michelin tire, and the tire wear indicator is not available in this Michelin tire, but I will show you so that you will be informed of the tire wear indicator. I am using another tire. Here you will find all with marks white are like triangle pointing here, and there is one more here, okay, pointing here. So what are for this one? These are used for our reference if we need to change the tire, or we still can use the tire. So we call this tire wear indicator. I will discuss later how to measure and how to understand if this tire is still can use. Okay, what else? In this case, for this tire, we have also here 4913. This one is 49 weeks of the year 2013. So you have to calculate this by dividing by 4, 1 month, 4 weeks in one month. 49 divided by 4, what is the result? That is the month, and 2013. Okay. Also, you will find your tire valve here. Your tire valve should have always cover, and this cover prevent dust from inserting in our valve, so we need to always fix this back. Also, the direction is also written in this tire. Say outside also is written. It is writing here outside, so we cannot fix this on the opposite way. So same direction writing here outside, but in other tire not writing outside. What you can find is a normal arrow. Normal arrow. So that is the direction. But in the case of this tire, specifically writing outside. Okay? I have mentioned about aspect ratio. For those who are asking what is aspect ratio of the tire, aspect ratio is simply we can get by means of section height and section width. After dividing that, you will get the result, and this result is multiplied by 100. So we will get the aspect ratio. Section width and height is very important in here, and then by 100. Okay, that is aspect ratio that is always writing in our tire. What this mean? This aspect ratio. A lower aspect ratio is tire height is also lower. Like in our racing car and our high-speed car, high-speed vehicle, they have very low aspect ratio. For what purpose is aspect ratio? Lower aspect ratio. A lower aspect ratio have good cornering, good comfort. At the same time, stability is number one, in which these are very necessary in a high-speed car or a racing car. And what happens if we say high aspect ratio? High aspect ratio are those tires which have higher section height and for the purpose of carrying load. For the purpose of carrying load po. That's why your aspect ratio should be higher and to carry more load. And the inferiority of this one is less not good in cornering. At the same time is ride discomfort po, ride discomfort. So also the stability is little weak when we are using a high aspect ratio tire. Yun po yung tinatawag nating aspect ratio. And then I have also discussed about the tire wear indicator. Why we need this tire wear indicator, as I tell you, is we need this in order to understand if we need to replace the tire or no. The minimum is 1.6 millimeter. Less than 1.6 millimeter is we need to change in an ordinary highway driving vehicles. But for a racing car or high-speed car vehicles is 3.0. 3.0 millimeter is need lower than that, need to change. And what are the consequences if we do not change after the tire is getting very thin, lesser than 3.0 or lesser than 1.6? Is in case of driving in the rainy days, you have a big problem on hydroplaning. As I discussed, hydroplaning is a phenomenon that the vehicle is driving and on water where the water is penetrating inside the tire and the tire roll over the water, and at that time when we apply brake, then we don't know it will pull to the left or to the right, or our stability will be reduced too much and a serious accident may happen anytime. That's why we don't need to use if the tire is less than 1.6. Other than that, of possibility of bursting. Yun po yung mga consequences ng hydroplaning at kung bakit po mayroong tire wear indicator yung ating mga tires in terms of triangular fixed on interval around our sidewall po. Yun po ang tungkol sa ating TWI and our aspect ratio. Before I discuss the tire pattern, I want to emphasize about the tire specification on sizes. The 265 I show you is in terms of millimeter. Means mix po siya into inches because the rim which is 17 is not 17 millimeter. Ang 17 millimeter po ay napakaliit. That is 17 inches. So in that case po, don't get confused that reading the tire specification, they are always mixed with millimeter and inches. And in term of percent po is about aspect ratio. So now I will discuss po is that tire construction in terms of patterns. Ano-ano po yung mga patterns ng ating mga tire? Ang normal pattern po ay yung tinatawag nating rib type pattern, which is most commonly used on highways, highway driving, city driving, or yung long distance highway driving po. So bakit po kinakailangan na yan ang gamitin natin in that case of road condition is that one is preventing noise. Noise po is too much annoying to everyone if we are driving in a long distance. So to prevent this, rib type tires is used. Also it is very good in stability, and also road resistance is less, and but braking force is very well. So another type po is yung rugged type or yung off-road type tires. Ang off-road type tires po ay ginagamit doon sa mga sasakyang parati po natin ginagamit, na especially for 4x4, ginagamit natin sa mga mahihirap na daan, or yung pong medyo may buhangin, may tubig, may may bundok, o yung in English tinatawag pa nating severe driving conditions or severe driving road or off-road. So it is very necessary to use a rugged tire or off-road tire in that, for the purpose of traction is number one in there, and also braking force is necessary. Hindi po masyadong importante yung noise on that time. So even it is rugged type, is we don't mind the noise po, because normally we are driving on off-road, so we have to use rugged tire. And the third one I will discuss is a combination of the two po, the rugged tire and the combination of rib type tire. It is a multi-purpose po, and it can be used in both highway driving, and it can be used po in an off-road driving. So the same po ng mga characteristics about lesser noise than off-road, traction is meron din po, at braking po ay ganun din po, stability din po ay meron. So that's why we have the combination tires or combination of rib and lug tires. So yun po ang mga dapat nating malaman sa isang tire pattern. At na-discuss ko na po yung about the direction. Na-discuss ko na po yun. Ang direction is very important for draining effect, for braking force, for cornering stability, and heat reduction. So heat reduction, i-elaborate ko lang po ng konti. Yung heat reduction is, kung baligtad po yung pagkakabit natin, hindi po natin sinunod yung tama, sa halip po na lumamig, umiinit po yung goma. At it may lead to damage po of the tire or bursting of the tire. So please always observe po yung tire direction in case of arrow or in case of outside. Yun po yung ating information about patterns, and at the same time with the direction po. Okay, the next one I will discuss is tire inflation procedure, o kung paano po tayo magkakarga ng hangin. Pero bago po tayo pumunta sa pagkakarga ng hangin, may mga konti po tayong dapat malaman bago po natin kargahan ang isang goma o isang gulong. Ang una po ay the correct tire inflation pressure is stamped on the door of our vehicle. Nandun po sa mga pinto ng ating sasakyan kung ilan po yung tamang tire pressure na dapat po nating ilagay. Ito po ay maaaring terms of kilogram per square centimeter po, or maaaring PSI. Which is PSI is very known to all of us. But also, it is also converted in there. Ano pa po ang mga dapat nating malaman tungkol sa bago tayo magkarga ng hangin sa ating tire is confirm that the present tire pressure before inflating. Tingnan po muna natin, baka naman po tama naman yung hangin, sukatin po muna natin kung tama, at saka po huwag na po natin dagdagan. Pero kung halimbawa po at mali, kulang, ang ibig sabihin ay kailangan po nating dagdagan. So i-check po natin. Yun yung mga dapat gawin po muna. And another one is continue inflating in a cold tire. Huwag po tayong magsusukat ng tire pressure kung mainit po ito. Ang recommended po ay kailangan during cold condition, dahil alam po natin na ang isang goma ay tumataas po ang kanyang tire pressure pagka ito'y tumakbo ng malayo o nag-init na po siya, ay estimated tumataas po siya ng 10%. So hindi po tayo dapat mag-check kung mainit ang ating gulong or galing tayo sa biyahe. Ano pa po? Recheck tire valve for leakage and don't forget to return the tire valve cap. Para saan po yung tire valve cap? Yung tire valve cap po ay dalawa po yung purpose niya. Ang unang purpose po niya is para huwag pasukin ng dumi yung valve na maaaring mag-cause ng leakage. Ano pa po? Yung mga tire valve po, lalo na po yung bronze type, ito po ay bronze type, ay po pwede rin po nating pang-ayos ng barbula o nung valve. In case sumisingaw po siya, alisin lang po natin yung pinaka goma. Ito po, alisin ko po yung goma. Kung makikita po ninyo, may groove siya. Ito po ay lapat doon sa tire valve. Pwede po natin siyang higpitan, luwagan ng bahagya o itagilid kung ito po ano ang kinakailangan dahil naglilik po siya. Ganito po ang gamit ito. Kaya mas maganda po yung mga tire valve cap na may na bronze po siya. Ito po siya. Pero normally po ay gumagamit lang ng simpleng cap. Even though a simple plastic cap, that is very good din po just to prevent from dust coming inside and cause your tire valve leakage. Ito po siya, oh. Wala po siyang pang-adjust o pang-higpit o pang-luwag. So importante rin po ito kahit paano. Huwag po natin kakalimutan itong ibalik after inflating our tires. Now, after knowing some items about some important information about tire inflation is titingnan po natin ang sasakyang ito kung gaano po kataas ang kanyang tire pressure bago po natin siya kakargahan. Alisin po natin ang cap, ganito. Tapos po, kailangan po ng antipara para makita natin. Ito po, isasaksak po natin dito. Yun po, lumabas po yun, no? Nag-protrude po yung tip nito. Kaya lang po, babasahin po natin. Asan yung flashlight? Ito po, basahin po natin kung ilang ito po ay PSI po ba ito? Dali po, babasahin ko lang po muna. Ito po ay 2.3. 2.3 po siya. Ito po ay kilogram. At sa PSI po ay lumalabas na KPA po siya, hindi po sa kilogram. Is 230 po. Halos parehas lang po sa KPA. Kasi iri pong sasakyan nari, iri po yung gamit niya, KPA po yun, hindi po ka PSI. So kung KPA po, wala pong problema, kilo Pascal, ano lang po, multiplied by 10 yung reading natin sa kilograms. Ayun po yung reading niya. So kung ito po ay nagre-reading ng 2.3 or 23 kPa, i-compare po natin doon sa pintuan ng sasakyan. Kung okay po siya, hindi na po natin dapat dagdagan. Kung hindi naman po siya at mababa po siya, tsaka po tayo magdadagdag ng hangin. Ganun po yon. So that's why we have to confirm first the pressure. Yun po yung mga impormasyon na maibibigay ko sa inyo sa pag-i-inflate ng tire. Ngayon po, pagkatapos po nating ma-check, halimbawa po kukunti siya, dagdagan po natin. Kung okay naman po, ay pwede na po nating ibalik uli yung tire valve. Paano po yung leak? Paano po ba yan tinicheck? Kailangan po ba nating lawayan? Hindi po, mali po yun. Pangit po, no? Kailangan po may dala tayong isang foam na wet with water. Sausaw po natin daliri natin at the same time, titingnan po natin kung meron siyang leak. Kung wala po, pwede na po nating ibalik ang ating tire valve cap gaya nito. Yun po. Ngayon naman po, pumunta po tayo doon sa, binanggit ko po kanina, yung tire depth is 1.6 mm is need to change lower than that. Kailangan po natin ng isang panukat, isang vernier caliper, or meron po talagang design, special tool. But if you don't have that, you can use a vernier caliper. Pupunta po tayo doon sa tapat ng TWI or tire wear indicator. Pupunta po tayo riyan, susukatan po natin din at saka po natin babasahin ganito kung ilang millimeter po ang ating goma. Yun, ganun po. Kailangan po diretso siya para tama yung reading natin. Tapos po basahin natin. Titingnan lang po natin kung ilang millimeter ang inilabas is ano po siya, 5 millimeter, 5 mm po. So ibig po sabihin, kung 5 mm po ang inilabas niya, ayun po, almost 5 mm po, mababa po ng konti sa 5 mm, is pwede pa po itong gamitin. Pwede pa po. Kung 1.6 po, liit lang po yung 1.6 mm. So yun po, kailangan po nating palitan na yung goma. So ito po ay pwede pa po. Pwede pa po natin gawin. Ipapakita ko lang po kung gaano kalaki yung almost or yung 1.5 mm is halos ganito lang po yun. 1, 2, almost ganyan lang po yun. Yung, ayun sandali po, baka, yun, umadjust po nung binitiwan ko. Halos ganyan lang po kalaki, kakapal yung 1.6 mm. So, ano po ang ibig sabihin? Pwede po natin gamitin yung goman to. Okay, ganun po. Pero, kung ang pagbabasihan po natin ay yung binasa ko kanina na 2013, base ron sa kanyang year model, ay hindi na po pwedeng gamitin ito. Dahil 2013 po, may mga bansa po na mahigpit. 2 taon lang ang pinakamatagal. Kailangan palitan mo goma. Makapal siya o manipis siya. Maganda siya, wala siyang problema. Hindi na po i-renew ng gobyerno ng isang bansa yung ating sasakyan pag inirehistro kung more than 2 years po. So, iba-iba po yung bansa, iba-iba rin po yung regulasyon nila. Yung po may na-relay ko sa inyo or impormasyon na maituturo ko po sa inyo about TWI o tire wear indicator at doon po sa ating tire inflation. Now I will explain about overinflation or tire inflation or under inflation po. Overinflation, ano po ang maaaring mangyayari kung sobra ang karga ng ating hangin sa ating goma? Ang mangyayari po sa kanya ay uneven wear po. Ang center po, ang unang mauubos, ang dalawang shoulder po, halos hindi nakasayad sa road. So, sa gitna po unang mauubos. Yun po yung isang problema. Pangalawa po ay masyado pong matigas. Magja-jumping po siya, like palundag-lundag po siya. At ang yung ride comfort po niya ay hindi okay. Isa pa po, sa load po natin, kung magkarga po tayo ng mga fragile items, anytime po pwede po siyang mabasag. Yun po yung mga disadvantage noon. At saka ang isa pa po, nagkakaroon po tayo ng steering problem. Nagiging loose steering po tayo at lumiliit yung control natin, humihina yung control natin sa manibela. Ano naman po yung underinflation? Ang underinflation po ay yung sobra naman ng baba yung ating tire pressure. Ano po ang epekto? Uneven wear pa rin po. Kaya lang, dalawang shoulder po niya ang nauubos. Yung pong gitna hindi po sumasayad. Ano po ang maaaring mangyari? Hihina po yung preno. At bibigat po yung manibela dahil napakalaki po ng road resistance ng ating goma. At ang pinakamasama pong maaaring mangyari riyan ay mag-overheat po yung ating goma and which lead to bursting. So, masama po ng isang goma ay overinflated or underinflated. Normal lang po ang tama. Karagdagan po na napaka-importante po sa ating na gumagamit ng mga sasakyan ang mga ganitong sitwasyon po ay maaaring makapagdulot ng more fuel consumption. Importante po yun, yung fuel consumption na bumaba sa mahal po ng gasolina o ng diesel sa atin. At ang isa pa po ay ang stability po ay humihina o pumapangit po ang stability na maaaring makapagdulot ng isang aksidente. Yun po ang mga karagdagan natin. Sana po ang mga naituro namin sa inyo ngayon ay nasundan ninyo at magawa po ninyo sa inyong mga sasakyan, or you can do it by yourself. Importante po ito para sa safety ng lahat. Ang isang management po ng goma o handling ng tire is very important po sa isang may-ari ng sasakyan. So yun po yung mga maipapayo namin sa inyo. Always keep maintain your tire. Your tire pressure is always very important po to save the life of our tire or to avoid premature damage po ng ating goma. So at that case po ay makakatipid tayo. Hindi lamang sa fuel at ganoon din po sa napakataas na presyo ng ating goma o ng ating tire. Muli po ito ang inyong diesel doctor at sinasabing good evening to everyone.